precious metals, Kenny Michaels, and tell him I told you to call. All right, let's go to someone else. This is kind of a weird name, so I'm not going to pronounce the name, but they want to know, Kenny, did you hear that the U.S. Mint overnight repriced silver by over 120%?
Fill oversized brown lunch bags with non-perishable snacks, bottled water, hygiene kits, and a small gospel book of John. Then hand deliver them to those on the streets. Because while we're all created equal, life doesn't treat everyone the same. Here's the truth. When you give, something inside you changes. You gain perspective, purpose, and the joy of knowing you made someone feel seen. At Treats and Truth, we're not just giving out snacks. We're handing out hope with love and dignity. Want to be a part of something real? Visit treatsandtruth.org to donate or volunteer. Even a little makes a big impact. All donations are tax deductible, so please check us out at treatsandtruth.org.
This pre-recorded program was sponsored by Reagan Gold Group.
AM 870, The Answer, is everywhere. On the air, in SoCal, that's AM 870. On your AM 870 smartphone tablet, a lot of technology. On Amazon and Google Home speakers. Just ask for AM 870, The Answer. Are you listening?
Don't risk losing the news, sports, and weather that AM radio delivers. When cell and internet service fail, AM is your lifeline. With time running out, your voice matters. Text AM to 39179 and tell Congress vote yes on the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive
What a
up to 4
crock.
messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hey, you Hewitt here for Gulliver's Restaurant in Irvine.
You Hewitt.
Special place, whether it's a birthday anniversary or a quick business lunch.
That's a tough mouthful. You Hewitt. You sound like you're stuttering.
Welcome in the business. It's always special at Gulliver's because of the meat. Their famous prime rib is especially cooked every day, just you like it. They've also got a great New York strip, a delectable pepper-crusted ribeye. Go for the meat. Yeah, fresh king salmon, fresh cassoulet, I get it. But go for the meat. And the perfect banquet room that's going to come with 80.
Ryan must be a frustrated drummer. I always hear that.
Gulliver's in Irvine, right off the 405 at MacArthur Boulevard. Gulliver's Restaurant in Irvine. Call now, 949-833-8411. That's 949-833-8411.
So, before we go, this luncheon, what time does it start?
It's breakfast.
What day are you going out? Tuesday?
My plan was to go out Tuesday night, so just take a Uber to the event and be there for the 8:30 a.m. breakfast.
Okay. I have rooms starting Wednesday, so I have no room for Tuesday.
Well, I would, again, I really think you ought to stick your face in that. I really think you should. You are one of them, and you have a Las Vegas affiliate, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I would brute that about without being too necessarily in your face, because they're going to have a station there. They always have the Las Vegas affiliate always has a booth set up.
Interesting.
And they will be at. And again, I think it would be really good for you to.
What time is it?
8:30 a.m. It's a breakfast.
Oh fuck! I'd have to leave at 4 in the morning because I can't. I have no room for Tuesday night, and there ain't gonna be no rooms. Everything's sold out. So, well, that made that quote. That made that easy.
If I could get an Airbnb.
Oh.
Texas Congressman Keith Self has founded a Sharia-free
I
American
don't
Caucus on
know.
Capitol Hill, and he says its membership among
I thought it was a luncheon thing.
3 out of 4.
It needs to work. It needs to work for you, but again, you belong in that room, and I think you just need to be there.
And
have you ever met the guy, the gatekeeper, Heimdall?
The guy that wouldn't let me in?
Have you ever met him?
Not in person.
I think it would be very good to meet him in person and not just be an email.
Yeah, I've talked to him on the phone
Constitution, our freedom, and the Christian
for whatever that's worth. He wasn't any more pleasant on the phone than he was in an email.
What does it mean when a moving company says their estimate is binding? Jen here with the local of Presto Logistics.
Jen, moving companies
Yeah, I
have
don't
to
know.
offer
He will almost assuredly. I don't know. I don't know whether that event is run through Las Vegas or it's run through some sort of national center. But I got to think because it's at the Sands, Venetian.
Yeah. Well, the event center, whatever.
Yeah, I've got to think that they're there.
Folks,
I
Presto
think they're local
Logistics
for
is
that.
fully licensed, bonded,
Anyway,
and
I
insured
think it would be
with
very good for you
and
to meet him
100%
and be talking with the Las Vegas affiliate of a Southern California located shop. And a gentle present reminder that you also have Phoenix, San Francisco, San Diego.
Learn more at prestomoving.com.
You're legit. This is the changing face of media. And in the course of us walking around,
Presto Logistics,
um,
820-349-4000.
Town Hall News, where conservative voices cut through the noise from breaking headlines.
you've already kind of built an empire, and there's some ways to capitalize on it that you're not using right.
And they're going to talk about that at those.
It's among the things they're going to be talking about.
Elections in your everyday lives. Join the movement at townhall.com. Real stories, real reporters, real conservative media.
Bernie Madoff and his firm's Ponzi scheme robbed many good people of their hard-earned money and investments.
Unscrupulous financial advisors are still robbing their clients. If you've been a victim of an advisor that
What's the
cheated
date
you
today?
for money in
The
unscrupulous
18th.
investments, don't let them get away.
Just 7 days ago, but it's labeled the 18th.
Yeah, tomorrow's the big holiday.
StopYourSteal.com.
We fight for our clients who lost hard-earned dollars because of unscrupulous investment advisors.
We represent investors who were injured by fraud. Uncertain investments.
We're working on Rumble still, guys, so hold tight if you guys are waiting for that. But YouTube and Facebook and X should all be up right now. So thank you for joining us.
Hello?
Fraudulent investing practices.
Oh, I texted you twice. You didn't answer me.
.com. 888-358-45.
All right. Well, I'm just letting you know that everything's on, but it sounds like you already know.
Here we are.
Yeah, that's strange. All right. I think they're working on it. All right. Bye.
Kevin McCullough explains why he does what he does. We try on a daily basis to bring a little bit of common sense, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of help for the biggest issues that you face day in and day out in your life. And we want to be a
Are we out in
resource
Bakersfield yet?
for you to have access.
No, we're trying, but we can't find anybody that's wanting to hire us.
Bakersfield seems like an obvious one.
You would think, much more so than San Francisco. But Salem, the biggest problem is Salem does not have a.
You got to go where they got an outlet.
Yeah, they don't have an affiliate. I mean, we're stretching the rules with Vegas because that's not them either.
This live
Here we go.
program is sponsored by the Gunslinger Shops. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. You're listening to Gunslinger from the Iron Curtain.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
That's right. That's us from San Diego to San Francisco, from LA to Phoenix to Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, wait.
We are on the air.
And we are all over your internet folk team of 2A supporters. You're going to jump on YouTube Moment now. Make sure you're liking it. Make sure you're commenting. And if you can, share it with your friends.
We started on Spotify this week, by the way.
Hey, look at the one growing and growing.
Yeah, we started on Spotify. Now they won't do live.
No, but then it's a podcast which is available.
Yeah,
that's
which
good.
you know,
Spotify.
that's a
Big time.
dirty word to me, that podcast thing. But anyway, yeah, we started with that this week. The little Blakester.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I would like to point out that we put the fun in gun and we put the singer in slinger.
Ooh.
That's somewhat clever. Anyway,
Done for the year.
There you. Damn, it's only January.
Peaked early.
I guess. So what this is a live show. That means that we have a phone number. Jimmy, what's that number?
You guys are going to want to call in. That's going to be 866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
And we do fun with guns, and we try and stay out of politics.
Try.
We will have Rick from the CRPA on in the next segment. He can cover all of that for those that want to hear that. And otherwise, you got questions about guns, you got questions about attire, you got questions about what key is Louis in.
If you want to know where we're going to be at the Las Vegas Antique Firearm Show
this weekend, we're going to be at the Westgate. All three of us will be there in the Gunslinger booth. Just look for the big sign that says Gunslinger Radio.
And of course, our smiling muds.
Well, there's that.
Are you taking a guitar?
You know, I hadn't thought of it. I guess I could.
think maybe you should. If you take a guitar, I will. Or better yet, I'll take an accordion.
I'll take a
No.
I was going to say, I ain't bringing a guitar.
No accordions and guns. I'm sorry. Accordions are way too targety.
Yeah, and they're with holes in them. They don't make as good a noise.
Loses a bit of the...
By the way, I'm pretty much the same way.
Hey, that's two in one night.
Look at this.
I tell you what.
We're on fire.
Somebody's bucking for a raise. Anyway. So, yeah, we're going to be at the Westgate this week. Of course, this week in Las Vegas is the big gun to-do. The SHOT Show starts Tuesday. And then that goes through Thursday. And then the show for the public, the antique show at the Westgate, starts on Friday. It goes Friday and Saturday. And, I'm getting... When they first did this, everybody was like, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What is this Friday, Saturday? But, more and more people are starting to get it and like it. Because you can get out of there on Saturday and you don't fight that coming home Sunday
Driving
traffic.
down the 15 on a Sunday anytime after about 11:15 a.m.
Yeah, where
it's a life sentence.
The 15 is not only the name of the freeway, but it's also the speed limit.
Yeah, that's the amount of years you'll spend on it.
So anyway, yeah, it's really cool to be there Friday. Well, we're there. We get in Wednesday afternoon for setup. I think it's like 3, and that's dealers only, of course, and that's where I do most of my sales anyway.
Yep.
Same with Thursday. We'll be there Thursday, and we'll be knocking out stuff with a bunch of dealers and that. And then Friday, of course,
open to the public,
and we'll have one side of our tunnel is for sale, and these are all pre-1898 antiques only.
Ready to go.
And the other side is going to be all for display for our auction. And boy, am I bringing some cool stuff.
Speaking of the auction.
Yeah, February 14th, and the catalog is up.
Out now, folks.
Yeah.
Go get your piece. Go look at it.
Go to gunslingerauctions.com. The entire catalog with pictures and descriptions is there for you to peruse.
Oh, yeah.
And there is some cool stuff.
How many are we looking at again?
500. You put a cap at 500.
Yeah.
By 500, I mean 550. And when I say 550, I mean 613. And when I say 613, by God, 650 is the limit.
I mean, I think that's right where we're at.
About 650.
Yeah, I think we're somewhere between 650 and 700, and we can't. We just. I did talk to Michael over at Highway 39. Ooh. Please don't
double book
us. Yeah, and he said, "Nah, nobody wants to be here on Valentine's Day."
Yeah.
So I'm referring it as the Valentine's Day Massacre. Because I'm going to be massacring a whole lot of wallets that day.
Skinning them.
Yeah, it's really becoming something.
I can't believe I'm using these words, but that's less than a month from now.
I know.
It seems like I'm saying that about every third show.
Time has just been zipping by. Our next anniversary is going to be our 7th.
Man, if this doesn't have some type of weight behind it, I don't know what's going on, because we just keep growing, and we're still here, folks.
Yeah, we're still here, and we're trying to find another station in the Bakersfield so we can kind of cover a good chunk of Central Cal.
Yeah,
because we've got the ends pretty well locked up. We're in San Diego, we're in LA, we're in San Francisco, and the San Francisco station is 50,000 watts. That thing blasts all the way up into Oregon. So I mean, I do get friends that email me, say, "Hey man, I heard you up here in Oregon." It's like,
that's
wow.
Hey now,
but not Bakersfield, which would seem so much more obvious, as you pointed out earlier.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's no Salem's
station
in Bakersfield, so it's kind of tricky.
Well,
But
if you guys need to hear us out there, if you're watching this and you guys want to hear us on your dial out there, go contact someone out there. Tell them to get a hold of us. We'll see what we can work out.
and in fact, if you've looked at stuff on the catalog and got questions about that, give me a call.
Yeah.
Or give us a call. I'm happy to, assuming I remember. If you're going to call about a 1022 that's a lot like 478, probably not going to remember it, but some of the higher end stuff, I'm pretty right on with that.
Heck yeah.
So anyway, speaking of being right on, let's get to Richard at the airport. How are you, Richard?
Evening, Richard.
Good evening, you supersonic gunslinger.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Richard.
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I'm curious about machine guns. On the average, how many shots can they fire till they have to let the barrel cool down?
That's a good question.
That is a good question, and
a bunch of moving parts to that question.
Yeah, that's going to depend on what type of machine gun, a rifle or a submachine gun shooting pistol ammo like a Thompson, or
I actually watched a video where they kind of force-fed it until it
turned red and melted.
Yeah, and they were into the higher thousands. It took a lot of that friction, that time, that heat, and all that to really get it to go. But it does eventually fail. And if you want, I'll try to go ahead and look it up, and maybe I can get the guys to post it.
Well, the MG42, which was the World War II German machine gun.
Buzzsaw, the Ripper.
Well, yeah, they called it the burp gun because it just sounded like one long burp.
Such a high, that had so what Jeff is going to is, I'm sorry, didn't mean to step on your toes, but
it's 1,200 rounds a minute.
There you go. So the rate of fire is going to make a difference, whether it fires from an open bolt or a closed bolt, so that most machine guns have got interchangeable barrels, and what they do is every couple of 100 rounds, you swap out the barrel and give it a chance to cool down.
Yeah, usually the Browning 1919.
1919 is a good example.
Would if it that was the air cooled one. The water cooled one is a 19. Oh boy, they'll kill me on the internet if I say the wrong numbers. But that was a water cooled one, and you'd even have to change the water because the water would get to boiling. But that's why they would carry separate barrels. And if you watch Saving Private Ryan, they actually say as soon as they go to change their barrels, that's when we go.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. So it really depends.
And I looked it up. One of them just says about 1,200 rounds. So that sounds about right. At a constant fire rate.
Yeah, and nobody's just going to lean on that barrel for 1,200 rounds.
And that's what they did. They just let it go, just kept feeding her, and
they would teach you to do it in bursts.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that you don't A, waste ammo, but B, waste your barrel. So, Richard, you got your joke for us?
Yeah, I'm convinced that I'm one of the best drivers in the world. Everywhere I go, people lean out their window and tell me I'm number one.
That's funny. I must be the same kind of driver, Richard, because I get that now and then too. Richard, thanks. We'll see you next week.
Okay, have a good one.
You too.
God bless you. I don't know how they give me 2 number ones when they're driving.
Well, they're saying you're number 2.
Oh,
see, I'm number 1. Yeah.
Numero uno.
Yeah. Anyway, hey guys, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And when we get back, we got Rick from the CRPA. We'll see you right after that.
Come on back.
Rams won.
Yeah.
From Gunslinger Gun Shop and Auction. At Gunslinger, we believe in every American's right to bear arms, to protect themselves and their family.
I think they're trying to. Facebook dropped.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
So if you want to buy or sell a pistol, rifles, purchase firearms and supplies, or learn what's the best firearm for you to buy.
Yeah, Rick texted me. He was like, looks like something happened to Facebook. So I was like, yeah.
Hey.
And I saw it. I've been keeping track of it, and I didn't see Rumble.
I got a bunch of heads in there over. Kevin's on...
Kevin's on the line.
Yeah. Well, Kevin's on maternity leave. He had his knee operated on his way.
God bless you, Kevin, if you're watching. Well, I know you're watching, but God bless you, brother. Quick recovery.
So go to gunslingerauctions.com for locations, hours, directions, and videos. Past Gunslinger Show programs, info on firearms, ammo, and information on our huge auction on February 14th. That's gunslingerauctions.com.
Baby, LA lady. seamstress for the band. Such a great song. Pretty eyed. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
We're going to get to Rick from the CRPA, but again, this is a live show, and it is a phone-in show. What's that number, Jimmy?
You guys call in. You can call in while Rick's on the phone. We'll get you in the next segment. 866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752.
All right, let's get to Rick at the CRPA. How are you, Rick?
Evening, Rick.
I'm actually doing really good. It was a great week up in Sacramento. I'm curious to see what they try to pull this week. It was funny. I did have a legislator say, "Oh, are you going to SHOT Show?" And I said, "No." And he just looked at me and goes, "Not going to SHOT Show?" I said, "No, I'm sticking around. I don't trust you guys." And he's like,
Disappointed him, didn't you?
Yeah. You're not taking a week off, are you?
Yeah, but,
We got some legislation.
Go ahead.
No, that's saying we got some legislation while you're out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a very good week. We had our WAVE Capital Day, which is our women going up there. They did an amazing job. Guys, you would have been so proud. The women hit every topic, from the reasons why they should be reviewing CCWs. They shared their stories. They shared things that happened when we were doxxed and our information went out there.
Oh, yeah.
We had several young ladies who are competitive shooters in high school and college. They were there, and they were talking to people about all the issues that have happened to them in their pursuit of a higher education. We ended up with 48 offices being open to us, but what was really, really incredible is in the past, we mostly talk to staff. Once in a while, you get a legislator in. We had 14 legislators, which is an all-time high for our Capitol Days, come in and sit down and talk with the women for a half hour to 45 minutes, which I got to tell you, I'm up there all the time. That's unheard of to get 30 minutes with a legislator. And the questions were good. Democrats and Republicans, a couple of Democrats were like, "Hey, let's continue this dialogue and let's see if we can't find some ground." And some of them were, like, to be quite frank, have moved to the middle. So that was a very good sign. And then, I said we were going to look to see what came down the pipeline this last week, and we only had 2 bills, guys. Only 2.
What?
Well, yeah. What?
To what do you ascribe this, Rick? Are they feeling the red wave, or is the budget constraint really striking them hard?
I think it's all the above.
Yes.
I mean, I know there's a lot of concern over the budget. I know that because I was in several policy meetings outside the legislature with, like, the Department of Fish and Game, the Fish and Game Commission, and a couple other groups dealing with parks and stuff and things that we do in the outdoors and ranges. Everyone took, there's usually a 10% overflow in the budget, and last year that was wiped out. They took, on average, an 8 to 9% cut across. So there's a lot of positions that, if somebody quits, they can't rehire it. And so that's caused a lot of programs to slow down, a lot of things. But they're looking at probably 3 to 4 times the budget shortfall based on people moving out of the state and loss of revenues. And so they're talking that we could be seeing, easily 2 to 3 times those kinds of cuts coming within the next 12 to 18 months. And so everybody's being pretty cautious and pretty careful. So the 2 bills that came out, you guys have been familiar with the Gold Star family members trying to give them a free park pass for a day. There had been a Senator Umberg bill, a Democrat, last year. Senator Ciarto, who's a Republican, reintroduced that this year. So that's something we're going to monitor. We're not opposing it, because we believe that people whose families have made the ultimate sacrifice are entitled to go to a state park for one day for free.
Amen.
And then the other one is a bill by one of my favorite Assemblyman Chen down here from Southern California, and it's interesting bill. It's Assembly Bill 1589. It has to deal with silencers, with law enforcement, and opening that up. But that is a good step for all of us, because if we can get that opened up for law enforcement, that bodes well for us to gain it to be made available to all of us. So, and again, we're monitoring it. We're not opposing it. And that's all that's on the charts so far. So this is usually where we've faced off about 20, 30 bills already. We're at 2. Neither one are bad, and we've had about 12 bills so far that staff talked to us about, and the members are like, "Yeah, we don't have the money," and "Yeah, that's a good point. We probably get sit on that, so forget it."
That's fantastic.
So,
that really is.
So far, so good.
I guess so.
You know, Rick, back onto the wave movement and all that. Do you feel that having all those ladies and those voices and all that really puts a scare in them about their voter base? Because you guys, you had so many of different ages, different generations go up there with this mindset. Do you think that really put a bit of the understanding of where California, if it is voted on legit?
I don't know, Jimmy, if I would say it scared people. What it did was it created dialogue. I won't out the assembly member, but a Democrat said, you know, this is so refreshing to hear from women on this side, because all I've heard during my tenure up there in their second term, you know, so they've been there for a while, which tells you they were in the Senate, but said, I've never, ever got to hear from women on this side of the Second Amendment.
Man, you did such
and,
a great.
That's been a critique of mine of our community, because our community has been like, well, it's stupid to go up there. There's no point in going up there. There's none of this. There's none of that. And these women came from, you know, everything from, you know, housewives and moms, which is one of the most important jobs you could ever have, to doctors, lawyers, and college professors, everything in between. Our oldest person there was 79. Our youngest was 12. From every part of the state, you know, every kind of background, culture, et cetera. And it was a very good face. The women were very calm. They talked, and many of the staffers extended the time they got to have with them. There was really good dialogue, really good questions. You know, we had a couple staffers in the office that are like, well, we've always been told this. What do you have? And the ladies were prepared. They had talking points. They had data. They were ready to give it to them. And, you know, a couple of staffers were like, wow, seeing this, we need to look at this. We never had this. And, wow, you know, this is important. And it wasn't a fake wow. Because I've had a couple phone calls on Saturdays, which I don't normally get, from some of the staffers up there saying, thank you for having them there. Please bring them back.
Wow.
You know, could we get them to testify? So, you know, you got to realize this was our fourth one. And, you know, I tell people all the time, when you start a program, the first year is just, you got to slug through whatever the program is. I don't care if it's sports or whatever. And it's not until usually the third round or the third cycle that you get to see how successful it is. And this was our fourth cycle, and we're seeing the success. We're seeing legislators talk, legislators be open, and we also got to see that, you know, we've got several bills coming down the pipeline that I'm so excited to talk about in the next couple of weeks as they finally get their bill numbers. But, you know, we already have legislators looking at running bills on our side in 2027. And we're just starting off 2026. So that's never happened. Yeah. And so, yeah, there's got a lot of hope. You know, I don't have a lot of hope for government in a lot of other areas, but in this one area, we're turning a corner. I mean, we're not where we need to be yet, but we're definitely farther than we've ever been.
Very cool.
Love to hear it.
Let's shift gears a little bit. No, I won't bring up that.
I was ready. I was like, here it comes.
No. Any word on Supreme Court stuff?
You know, no, we know the Supreme Court picked up one case that we have an amicus brief on, but Duncan and a couple of the others are still there. And so what is the positive news is they haven't said no, which they've done to a lot of cases across the spectrum. So we're hoping this week or next week we'll know.
Yeah.
Qui tacit consentire is the maxim of the law. Silence implies consent.
I guarantee you, though, if they decide to hear it while you guys are at SHOT Show, that will be talk of SHOT Show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would think so. Well, I'm not going to SHOT per se, but I'll be at the Antique Show, and I'm sure it'll be there too.
Yeah, it's held the same time, isn't it?
You know, the SHOT ends on Thursday, and the Antique Show starts on Friday. So,
okay.
Yeah. But they overlap kind of a little bit. But all right,
well, that'd be cool.
Anything else going on?
No, that's pretty much. I mean, we have elections all over the state and things like that we're involved in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than we're going to if we have people that want to go to a Capitol Day, we have one coming up on April 15th, and signups will start this week for that.
I've been seeing that on because I follow you guys on Instagram and stuff. That the shorts that you guys have been putting out on there are really well done. And so if anyone is on Instagram and all that, and you're not following the CRPA yet, I repost a bunch of their stuff on my reel because they have so much going on for updates and information and just how kind of lopsided and things are, and what we're fighting against. Guys, go ahead and follow them there if you need quick updates on stuff. So just want to point that out to you, Rick.
Well, thank you, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get a hold of us, crpa.org. And if you have questions for me or anybody else on staff, reach out to us at contact@crpa.org.
All right. Very good. We'll talk to you next week.
God bless you,
All
brother.
right. Take care. God bless you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later, Rick. Nice to hear a positive report, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what? One of the points you have made throughout the lifespan of this show, nearing 7 years now, so many people would say, "Oh, you guys, California's a lost cause. Why don't you just leave them, throw your hands up and run?" And you've always said, "No, you dig your heels in and you fight."
Yep.
And look at that. You're starting to see the tide turn.
Finally.
Well, I mean, it's not even just digging your heels in. It's just actually just staying and supporting these people that are digging their heels in and got their boots in on the ground and all that, like the CRPA, like the Wave movement. Thank you, ladies, for that. It's just that if you run, there's no one to defend. Yeah. So,
okay. So in the next segment, we're going to have a guest. Now we get a guest every once in a while. Somebody has the nerve to come on the show with us. His name is Don Hammond. He's a Second Amendment attorney. So he's got a whole bunch of stuff that he can talk to us about, and we're going to ask him some questions. He says he's got a lot of knowledge on this, this new bill, 1238 or whatever, this stupid parts mess.
The parts mess, which I've run afoul of a couple times already.
Yeah, it's a pain.
So Jeff may not be an attorney, but he's got one on his show.
Hey, now.
There you go. All right, you know what, guys? You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back in couple of minutes.
Come on. I don't see that Rumble has come back about, but Facebook is back up, and
they're still in there working on it.
Oh, sorry.
I'd love to have seen that session. They got the harp and the strings and everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark. I've been jumping between both. I should have jumped in where I know you had that up, and I should have notated it on my notebook. My fault.
What's that?
He wanted to ask about the Bruin case, and he had another one.
Bruin case is done. It's set a precedent for us, a very positive precedent for us.
And the New York Rifle and Pistol Association versus the Bruin case as well.
Yeah, concerned 1313 for parts. I'm going to have to ship it to my FFL. Yeah. And of course, the FFL doesn't know what they're doing. We keep a logbook on this. What are we supposed to do? Is there a form they're supposed to fill out? Are we supposed to submit it to the state?
And to this day, we've gotten nothing from DOJ explaining any of it.
Freaking half-baked moonbat legislation. I dare you to try and do that again. And Mr. E, man, sorry about your friend.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Hope that gets squared away. I see you, non es bueno.
Hey, and thanks for everyone joining us on the different platforms. I know things are kind of...
Kevin's not here, so Ronnie's doing the best he can.
And he's doing great.
Rumble ain't happening, apparently.
Yeah.
But if you figured it out, just join us on one of the other platforms.
Facebook and YouTube are both up and running. We had a small glitch with Facebook, but it looks to be running strong.
It's weird that Rumble doesn't work. That's always our tried and true.
I know. Yeah, it's very odd.
It's the interwebs. Gosh darn it, when Al Gore invented that thing.
What was he thinking?
Oh, good evening from Yuma, Arizona. Hey, Laura. You know what they're doing down there.
Yep. I donated a gun to their cause.
That was very cool of you.
Well,
I've never done that one. Have you?
I have not. They've asked me to come several years in a row, and it's just bad timing. I mean, you know, I'd be there this weekend and in Vegas next weekend, and then, you
Make
know.
a road trip. You can walk away from your business for 2 weeks, can't you? Sorry, even I couldn't keep a straight face on that
2
one.
minutes?
Hey, the Rev is listening.
We're 3 for 4 Rumble's not going up. So.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I think the code or something changed. I tried troubleshooting. Kevin tried, but he's not too good to get behind the computer, and Richard doesn't really know about Rumble, so.
No,
I'm
alright.
trying. I've been troubleshooting it, but I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get it up, so.
Keep trying, it's all you can do.
Yeah, and then it will probably, I'm not going to promise you it'll probably be good by next week, because Kevin will tinker with it and work with it, so.
Yeah, because that's actually our biggest one. So.
Yeah, I've been trying to get onto it. I've been troubleshooting it, but I'll let you know if I get it up.
I wonder if there's something you could put on our Rumble page saying we're having trouble with Rumble tonight.
Yeah,
click over to
Yeah, you might be able to.
one of the other ones. Yeah.
I'll see, because when I try to live stream it, it would just take me to last week's show.
Oh, here we go.
Going back on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, little girl, don't nothing no more. Is that singing? Like nothing I've done before. Yeah. Now that's guitar playing.
That is definitely.
But I don't know if that's singing.
That's 1 million copies sold. I think it's singing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, welcome back, everybody. I love that song. We used to do that song, and that little is hard to do. Let me tell you. At least it was for me. Anyway, welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And really quick, Jane in the high desert, she has a gun question. Jane, please stay with us. We got to get to our guest, but as soon as we're done with Dawn, we will get to you right away, okay? And anybody else calling in, same goes for you. Let's get to our guest, Don Hammond. He's a Second Amendment attorney. Don, how are you?
Doing great, guys. Happy to be here. It's been all of about 5 hours since I saw Mark.
Yeah,
yes, it has.
I heard that you got to shoot with him today. You shot with me last week, but I'm getting over this little thing, so I didn't stay real long last week, and I was a little quiet. But
he done good.
Yeah, good. So Don is not only a Second Amendment attorney, he's also a shooter,
A competitive shooter and an instructor, I understand.
Oh, there you go. Why don't you just give us your resume?
Yeah, there you go.
Man of many talents.
We'll just make stuff
Sure.
up.
So yeah, I am a lawyer in California, here behind the curtain.
Don't know if I'd start with that.
I run a law firm called Criminal Defense Heroes out of Torrance, California.
Mm-hmm.
So primarily criminal defense, but we've been getting into a lot of firearms stuff. I do a lot of CCW denial court hearings to get judges to overturn when agencies deny people concealed carry licenses.
Cool.
I just won another one of those on Friday.
Excellent.
I've done about 30 of them. I win almost 70% of them that I do. And so that's been a lot of fun. The last couple of years, I've also been helping to teach the 16-hour class that's required to get a concealed carry license and other, primarily pistol, sometimes rifle, classes with a school called Shoot Safe Learning out of Lomita. They were actually running a class today up at a place to shoot not far from where we were shooting, and I would have been there if I wasn't out shooting cowboy action today. But the wife wanted to do cowboy action, so there we were.
There you go.
A wise choice for you both. You guys look good. They're on board.
And again, February 14th, we have a bunch of cowboy action guns. Mm-hmm. So,
have you an SKB
I've been keeping
coming
my
up?
eye on it.
Yeah, we do have an SKB coming.
Don, they have an SKB, man.
Yeah, you pick up another one from the auction, it'll be good to see you.
Yeah, he got one in the last auction.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and just so you know, it stogered on him halfway through the match.
Stogers will do that. Yeah,
Stoger's gonna stoger
a wee bit. Anyway, let's get back to Don. So, okay, Don, you mentioned about this. Was it 1283? This stupid parts bill?
1263 is the
1263.
parts bill that everybody's all concerned about.
Yeah, I got my own questions on this, so go ahead and start, and then I'll fill in as we go.
Sure. So there is, of course, cause for concern, but maybe not as much as people are blowing it up to be.
No, that's usually the case.
A lot of people are misconstruing this to believe that all parts now have to go through an FFL to come into the state, and that is simply not true. For most parts, or firearms accessories as they're defined in the civil code now, which includes a lot of things. It's very, very broad. But for most of those things, they don't have to go through an FFL. You just have to agree that you understand the laws related to manufacturing firearms. There's a whole list of them that you have to agree to, that you understand, that you've been made aware of. And then the parts have to verify that you're over 18, and then they have to actually ship the parts to the address that is on your license. Assuming you use your driver's license to prove you're over 18, they keep a copy of it. Some online retailers really seem to have figured this out well. I think Midway USA has a great procedure going where they're shipping things direct to people's doors still. And a lot of the smaller retailers we're seeing are just throwing their hands in the air and saying we don't have the budget to modify our website and figure this all out.
That's what I'm running
that's
into.
A challenge.
We won't ship to California. We've got one of those online right now.
Yeah.
Weedy.
Well, yeah. Well, let me ask you a couple of. Okay, so as far as parts that you have to go to an FFL, barrels.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, I'm asking
those
you.
Those are
barrels have to be gone through.
That's a different bill. Barrels are under the 704 that passed last year, not 1263. There's some sort of cross-referencing in there, but yeah, barrels have to go through an FFL now, and I'm sure you know as of July 1st there'll be a background check required for barrels as well.
No, I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I can already guess uppers are going to have to be done.
Yeah.
Now, me as an FFL right now until July, okay, so a guy has a barrel for 1911 sent to me, and what do I have to do? I just hand it to him?
That seems to be basically it.
Okay.
Well, let me look at 704.
Well, okay. I mean, tell me because
But I don't.
That's a common request.
Yeah, barrel is probably the most common of all, even more so than uppers these days. Because
Yeah. So I think it's an FFL transfer. So you need to completed in person by a firearms dealer pursuant to 26,700 and 26,915, which is what requires the in-person transfers.
And is there a form and a fee associated with this?
I don't think there is yet. As of July 1st, you have to conduct an eligibility check to determine they're authorized to purchase a firearm. You'll get more guidance from DOJ on that. But it's basically right now. I think it's the same as if somebody has ammo shipped to you. You have to do the eligibility check, and you can release it, and you can charge them whatever fee you think is appropriate as an FFL.
Yeah. And on the point of making sure that you're over 18 and your address is whatever address you're shipping to, are there other ways to verify the shipping address besides, say, what's on the license? Someone may have a P.O. box or some may just have a different mailing address than their physical. Is there any way that they can verify for the shipping in another way, another piece of information they can give to verify?
Yeah, not really. No. It says they have to verify you're over 18, but then it also pretty clearly specifies that you have to ship it to the address listed on the license, because most people are going to use a license.
And of course,
so there's not really a way around that.
Okay.
And this is not a federal thing, so there's no 4473 involved. This is just California crapoleum.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, starting July 1st, guy wants a 1911 barrel. My retail store gets it for him, and he's going to have to do a background check, and we're supposed to file this separately, I guess, with.
How long do you keep the form? And
California usually 3 years.
And is that the same 4473 that we're going to?
Well, you don't need a 4473.
It's not federal.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of documentation are you going to have to transfer it over? That's
are they going to have to do a loading and unloading and putting a?
No, I don't think they're going to require a function check or.
Don't put it past them.
Barrel.
Don't put it past them, because when people don't know what they're doing and are passing laws, there's just no telling what kind of stupidity can come out of Excremento. Any which way. Okay, well, let's get back to you.
I do have an additional question from online. So this is a CCW question. They were wondering. Mark over there on YouTube was wondering if you're a CCW holder, must you follow as whether you can go locked and loaded or other requirements? So I'm wondering if he was stopped and he had one chambered and all that. Is there a
1911 fan?
Should he be deterred from doing so as a concealed carry holder?
No, not at all. I think that's the whole point. I mean, carrying an unloaded or unchambered firearm is certainly not preferred, and some people would call it silly. But so, yeah, chambered, loaded, the whole deal is the preferred way to carry. And if you have a CCW license, that's exactly what that authorizes. It exempts you from both Penal Code Section 25-400, which prohibits concealing a firearm, and from 29-850, which prohibits carrying a loaded firearm. Okay. So you're exempt from those. You can absolutely carry a loaded firearm. It has to be one of the firearms that is listed on your CCW license, and different agencies now have different numbers of guns that you can list on your CCW license.
Yeah.
So
wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, Riverside County is really good. I think they allow 6.
Whoa, that's nice.
So I get
that's a lot.
One for almost every day of the week.
There you go. Well, and you can carry 2 at the same time, up to 2 at the same time. That was a part of the law that took effect in 2024 that we all know and love as Senate Bill 2.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, and then people that get denied, what is a common thing that people get there? The most common thing that people get denied for?
Yeah, I think the most common thing that I see tends to be failing to provide complete or accurate information on the application. Mm-hmm. And that is getting harder and harder to fight. So that's the sort of the biggest tip for sure is to answer all of the questions absolutely honestly. I in fact recommend people should go get their own live scan. Pull your live scan before you fill out the application so that you know exactly what the issuing agency is going to see, and you can make sure you list every arrest that you forgot about, any old restraining orders, whatever it is. You want to list everything on there. Because now, after AB 1078 took effect January 1st, there's a new part of the law that tells the issuing agencies that they shall not issue the license if anything on the application is incomplete or inaccurate. And that would not be subject to the sort of expedited hearing that I've done so many of. Early on, I did win some of them related to inaccurate information, those kinds of things. But now I just about won't take them because it's pretty clear in the law that that is a reason for denial, and that they shouldn't get this expedited hearing. Some judges are still willing to do it, but it's hard for me to predict that.
I have a question for you that coming up kind of a lot. You have a handgun, however many your particular jurisdiction allows. Tell me about modifications made to a stock firearm.
California law is silent on that as long as you're making a legal modification. I mean, you can't put a threaded barrel in it or anything like that in California law. But you can modify your trigger. You can put in a mag well. You can remove the loaded chamber indicator. There are all kinds of things. You can remove the
barrel.
The magazine safety. Yeah, you can remove the barrel if you want, but it's real hard to use it then. No point in carrying it at that point.
No, I just mean, get a new one and go through all that rigmarole. Go ahead.
We get asked about the magazine safety especially a lot. Okay.
Yeah, you can remove that. There's nothing in California that requires you to keep it. It just has to be there when the gun is sold new. So you can remove all that stuff. There are some counties or some issuing agencies that are prohibiting that. Most famously, I think Contra Costa County up in Northern California is saying no modifications allowed on a gun that's going to be on your license. I think that they need to be challenged on that, but they supposedly have that authority under 26200 sub B, which says the issuing agency can impose additional conditions on a CCW license.
Don, we're coming up on a break, so don't go away. We'll get to you when we get back. But a real quick question. One of the things I always say on here is just because you have a CCW does not make you a junior G-man. So when we get back, I want you to tell us when can you and when should you not use your CCW. And all right, we're going to go to a break. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
Come on.
It's nice to have someone online who's got time in the trenches and give you fairly clear, straightforward answers. But you see, even he, once in a while, points out how nebulous some of these things are.
How murky those waters are. Just in case, there is a question online. Say someone is a CCW holder, but they are accompanied by a felon, say a married to one and all that.
That's a sticky one.
Yeah, that's a sticky wicket because a felon can't be anywhere near. But as soon as he answers my question,
I can hit him with that. Okay, just want to throw it by you before.
Let's add another wrinkle: married to an FBI agent. Oh, required by. Huh?
That question.
I got contacted by the FBI this week over something that we sold a gun to somebody back east 10 years ago, and they wanted all the paperwork. And I said, well, first off, you'd have to get a subpoena. But second off, when we moved, ATF took all my stuff. So good luck.
Talk to them.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sand and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gunslinger Show right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we're talking to Don Hammond, 2A attorney at large.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Don, so what do you think on my question?
Well, yeah, obviously having a CCW license does not make you a law enforcement officer or anything like that, and you want to be very careful and thinking in advance as much as possible about what situations you're going to be willing to use that gun in. Of course, there are a lot of places where you're not allowed to carry. Most annoyingly, right now, any restaurant that serves alcohol.
Well, let me give you an example. Okay, I walk into a liquor store, and I'm looking for candy bars because I don't drink, and a guy goes up to the counter and pulls a gun, and should I just stay to the back unless he comes at me? Should I pull my gun and try and thwart the robbery? Which I think I already know the answer to this, but what are my legal standings as a CCW holder?
So that's a very fact-intensive individual decision at that point, actually. I mean, you absolutely could, end the situation by taking out that would-be robber. You can legally do that. It's defense of self or others. There's obviously a deadly threat. I don't think there's any problem legally with doing that. As a criminal defense attorney, I'll tell you that the vast majority of the liquor store robberies do not result in any death or bodily harm to anyone. So you might factor that into your calculus. In general, the police would much prefer a really good witness over somebody who decided to insert themselves into the situation and start shooting. So you might factor that into your calculus.
Yeah. Again, I'm not talking about me in particular, because I think if were me, I would stay to the back, and unless this guy looked like he was going to draw down on the guy behind the counter, I was
going to say,
I'm Sergeant Schultz.
Let me add one more sentence.
Well,
he says, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I assumed he had already drawn, like you've seen a weapon.
Yeah,
that's absolutely within your rights to blast him if you want to.
Okay.
But I don't think you necessarily need to, because I think I think everybody's likely to walk away from that situation regardless. Well, when you think about the legal, financial, emotional implications of shooting someone, it's probably not worth it at that point until you're pretty sure he's about to pull the trigger. Then, of course, you should stop him from doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And I have a question from online. This is a bit of another one of those states of murky water. So, say someone is a CCW holder, and they are married to a felon and all that. What kind of...
How does that work?
Yeah, how does that work? If they are already, say they were before marriage or anything like that, or if they are an agent of some type of government official or anything like that, how could they still coexist, I guess?
Sure. So having firearms in the house, you have a legal requirement to keep them away from prohibited persons. So within the house, if you're not carrying it or having it within your immediate control and able to prevent that prohibited person from getting a hold of it, it has to be locked up in a place where they can't get to it. So they're not allowed to have the safe combinations or the keys or anything like that. But other than that, I mean, you have CCW privileges as an agent or as a CCW holder. You can carry. You just have to keep it on you so that the prohibited person can't get it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That helps out a lot, because we've had people in the past ask about that, say they had a history already and all that, and we generally will go on the discretion of, it doesn't sound like it's a good idea on someone's part. It's probably something you should look into. So I'm pretty sure there's a couple people out there looking to get that answered.
Yeah. They can absolutely buy guns, own guns, whatever. Just have to keep them locked up so the prohibited person can't get them.
Okay, now let me shift
gears.
gears.
Laws that just took effect.
Don, let me shift gears a little bit. Okay, you're a gun owner. You've got a collection, 50 guns, blah, blah, blah. They're in a safe. And your neighbor and you get into a tussle. They get a restraining order, or say you get a 5150 or, something happens and the police come and take your firearms. What do you do?
Well, you call Jeff to go get them out of police custody and to hold on to them or to consign them or do whatever you need to do while, for the meantime.
Right. Well, I can't just go in there and say, give me these guys' guns. Don't they have to get to it in front of a judge or something?
So they can do a power of attorney and those kinds of things, I think, so that an FFL can go get them.
Okay.
But generally, but they're prohibited for some time period.
Right.
While there's a temporary restraining order, they're prohibited from having firearms. Assuming it doesn't go forward at the hearing, the judge quashes it or whatever, then they can go get their guns back. I would never recommend giving them to law enforcement if you have a choice. In these situations, often there's a restraining order issued, or there's 5150 hold where they haven't taken the guns, and the person then has the option of giving them to the police, which I think is your worst option in that situation, or storing them with an FFL, which I think is maybe your next best option. Or, if it's a small collection, I very often say just put them on consignment or whatever, or you can transfer them to a friend. If you have somebody else who's interested and willing to do that, I'd say, transfer them to your brother or to your friend who's willing to transfer them back once this situation all blows over. I think that's always a great option, because a store, even an FFL, is going to charge, whatever fees they charge for storage, and that can outvalue the value of the guns pretty quickly.
All right. Okay. Well, you got another question?
Yeah, I actually do. So one of our listeners was granted that they can use their standard, not California compliant magazines in their concealed carry. What's your feeling upon that?
If you legally own them,
yes,
you can legally carry them.
Fantastic.
So if you acquired them pre-ban or if you acquired them during Freedom Week, you can legally carry them. Some issuing agencies will say no, that they want you to carry the 10-round or less California version. So that's something that you would find out during your application process as to what their individual requirements are. But generally, under state law, the subsections that ban possession of them have never taken effect because of a series of injunctions.
Okay,
in the Duncan case.
Say you bought them during Freedom Week. How do you prove, or how do they prove that you didn't?
So you don't have to prove anything, right? If they want to file a criminal case against you, it is the government's burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt as to when you acquired them and that you do not lawfully possess them. So,
Okay.
you know, mum's the word as far as I'm concerned. I'm not trying to prove anything.
Excellent.
Yeah, but you get a guy with a thing against firearms, and they're going to fight you tooth and nail. I would
Because
assume.
you had 14 rounds in your Glock 19.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
You want to prove it to a jury as to when I acquired that magazine. I mean, good luck. They're not going to have the receipt.
That'd be a tough
They're not
one.
going to be able to. They're going to have a real hard time doing that. And I'll take that case to trial any day of the week.
Yeah, mags don't have serial numbers, so there's no. And the only way I could see them getting you is if the gun is new.
A gun that did not exist during Freedom Week or pre-existing ownership. Yeah.
And a magazine that didn't exist during Freedom Week.
Yes,
So,
that's more.
For example, I frequently carry a P365. In 2019, there are now 17-round magazines that fit into a P365. Those did not exist during Freedom Week in 2019, but there happened to be 12-rounders that did exist during that time. And if anybody wants to try to prove when I acquired my magazines, they're welcome to do that.
There you go.
Excellent. That's an excellent presentation, Don.
All right, Don, we're coming up on the hard break, so we got to go. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they?
Well, I have the California Gun Law YouTube channel, CA Gun Law. I have a tagun.law. I have donhammondlaw.com. There's lots of ways to get hold of me. The law firm phone number is 323-529-3660. And I'm pretty easy to get a hold of for people who want to. They don't seem to have any trouble tracking me down.
I love to hear it.
All right, very good. Don, appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you out at the range pretty soon.
Happy to help. We'll see you all soon. Thanks.
Okay,
God
take
bless
care.
you, Don.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Good presentation.
Look at that, folks. I mean, you got straight answers on a lot of our questions that have been floating around. Hopefully, we can get him back on again. You guys can have your questions ready for him and all that. So,
All right. Jane in the High Desert, as soon as we get back from the commercial, you are our first and only priority. Anybody else? What's that number?
You guys call in 866-870-5752. Once again, that's 866-870-5752. 5752.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back in just a minute.
Come on back.
Oh my God. I think this might be the first song I ever heard on a radio.
Oh.
I had older sisters during the Everybody Dies rock and roll period of in the late 1950s, early 60s. Donnie Danger. Did a very, very good job.
Hey, Don's over on, he's on YouTube right now. He said, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Colitos.
Anyone need more water?
I'm good, but
I'll sucker up myself.
Don't block.
Rejected. Did the Rams win?
Yes, they did. You're good though, Mark? You say?
I'm going to actually go fill up in a second.
Here, no, let me fill you up.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Long break, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Nice work on the door handle. Okay, want to touch on this one? I had a student this week. Had a Glock 19 with California magazines. Glocks limit the magazines by putting some sort of a plastic strip or something on the inside of the magazine on one side. So instead of stacking it short, it just feeds up one side of the magazine. Gun jammed. Went through the whole thing. Ammunition worked fine in different guns. Pulled the magazine out. Tried a different magazine. Gun jammed. Put one of my magazines in. Gun worked fine. On my say-so, she had purchased 2 other new California legal magazines. All 4 of them jammed. The single stack.
Oh, bummer.
I was a little bit taken aback by this thing because it filled on numerous magazines, all of which are working up the side instead of the little zigzag pattern.
Yeah.
And that Glock Factory mags. I had not run into that before.
I would, if anybody else had a Glock 19 there, I would try the mags.
I wish.
Yeah, I would have tried the mags in another gun. It sounds to me like there's an issue in the gun.
Gun worked fine. with conventional magazines.
Well, maybe it has an issue with those mags. I'm tired, can you tell? Yeah, it's a bummer you didn't have a second 19 to try them in. Was she shooting ball or?
Yeah, jammed with everything. 4 different kinds of ammunition, jammed with all of them.
Wow. Well, we got Alex in San Francisco, Sean in Covina, High Desert, and we were going to have Alex Villanueva on, the guy running for sheriff. He was the sheriff of LA County, and the station shit all over me. They literally threatened to fire me if we had him on because he's running for
because
office.
he's currently running for office.
Yeah, so they
that's a shame. I would like to talk to that guy.
Right, same here. He's a very nice man, and we've met him several times. Yeah.
I was gonna put on my usual weekly post. I had another picture with him at the town hall. And
they put the kibosh on, because we always like to sneak Chad Bianco in, and this comes straight from New York, where Salem headquarters. No political pundits of any kind.
Okay, we had a question about that actually earlier. When is Chad Bianco coming back? Well, there's your
I'd have
answer.
him on every couple of weeks. He's so busy now.
I know.
To be honest, I don't know that he'd have time to do our show anymore. But I would love to sneak him on. But the Salem headquarters.
Well, to his credit,
I don't take well to threats. They didn't threaten me. They just told me matter of factly.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like, well, you do that, you're fired. Oh,
okay.
How cool would it be post-election to have?
Well, yeah, that would be cool, and I'm sure that would be okay.
He has been with us from the very beginning of his. He was with us back when you were saying, you ought to consider running.
Mm-hmm. Pre-announcement.
So he's that good a guy. I see Ringo and I see Sassy down in Yuma. I'm dying to know how the match is going.
Oh, well, it's over now.
Yeah. Who won? What do we know?
John got second in his class, and Annie got third in hers. That's all I know.
Boy, that is cool.
It's not chilly in here. I had to put my.
Oh, it's yeah.
I said I'm dressing for the room, not the ride.
Right.
Yeah, I'm taking
Start wearing long undies.
I was like, this is kind of comfortable.
Did they ever figure out Rumble, or did they just give up?
So they did figure it out. Our post had the same link as someone when we were putting it up. Someone had the identical one, and it was conflicting, so we weren't able to put it up. And I don't think they're going to be able to put it up today. Put it up in post.
There you go.
That Spotify thing, I don't know any of that shit. Little Fredo came in and said, "Why aren't you guys on Spotify?" I'm like, "What's a Spotify?" And he told me that's where Joe Rogan's at. And it's like, well, if he's there, why the hell aren't we there?
Right.
And they don't do live, but they will take our show and post it on there. So and they don't charge us.
No, and in fact, if you get enough listeners, they'll pay you.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we're a good listen.
She was an American girl, raised on promises. After me, I don't remember the damn words again. Where else? I know this one. Well, there was a great big world with lots of bits to run to. Yeah, to hell with it. Welcome back to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And as promised, let's get to Jane in the High Desert. Jane, thanks for being so patient.
Thank you so much.
What can we do for you?
Listen, I love you guys' humor and your songs.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Good taste in music, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Anyway, I just have a simple question here. I don't know. I don't know anything about guns, so.
That's okay. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Pardon?
I said that's what we're here for.
Well, I don't know. You might say this is the sheriff's department, that I should be talking to them, but I did. And I couldn't find out anything. I was involved in an incident with a gun. I don't know anything about guns, so I was trying to find out if the person's gun was even registered, and they wouldn't tell me anything. They said it's highly confidential. So anyway, I got nowhere, and I would like to also know if the person had other guns, if those guns are registered, but I don't know where to go to find out any of this information.
Well, I don't know that you can find out information on somebody else's firearm ownership.
Yeah, but what if the person was right in front of you with the gun and threatened you? What I would call a threat.
Mm-hmm.
That's not about the gun anymore. That's about the individual.
Yeah.
If there was,
can you give us a little bit on what happened? Yeah, because
well, the person patted the gun and then said, "Do you want some of this?" Pulled the gun out of the holster, did not point it at me, but did pull it out. And then another person stopped him, and he put the gun back in the holster.
Well, that's at the very least.
It's an intimidated thing, He's just trying to intimidate me, of course.
And did you call the police on this guy?
Yes, 911.
Okay, good. And what happened with that?
Nothing.
Yeah, if there was any type of legal action done, they would follow through with that. But if they didn't have follow through whatsoever in the first steps of investigating what happened and checking the firearm, because they would find out if there was any type of, if there was a brandishing, they would have to run the firearm, and if the firearm was on them and all that, and they'd be able to figure it out. But if
that's nothing, what they told me. They said that they run the person's record right off the bat, and but I don't know what kind of gun it was or anything. I mean, the last gun I've ever had in my hands was a BB gun when I was about 15.
Have you seen this individual since?
No.
Okay, well,
but
that's a good
I
thing.
possibly could, because it's somebody in this area.
Okay, well,
I've been threatened from the same person before.
Okay.
But this is the first time with a gun.
The only thing I could really...
can't find out anything. That's what I think is kind of weird, because, I mean, it's not like I'm going down the street and asking questions about this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I was involved in it.
Sure.
And I can't find out anything.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising, because, everybody has individual rights, and, I don't know that it's capable for you to go into somebody else's business. The only thing I could tell you is contact somebody like Don that we just had on, Don Hammond, and maybe look into some kind of a restraining order. I mean, I hate to see you have to get to that far, but I mean, if this guy keeps harassing you and threatening you, that would be the next step, is to get a restraining order. And if you put one on him, the police can confiscate firearms. So.
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
But only if the person threatens you, right?
No, they can also have proximity to a person if they're in proximity, if there's stalking legislature and things of that sort. So say if they're they have no reason to be in your presence and they are around you can still report if you feel a threatening nature there, and just keep yourself Kind of safer than sorry.
And to be honest, Jane, these are legal questions. If you have regular firearm legal questions, I can help you with that. But this really sounds more like something you need to talk to police and or an attorney more than a couple of gun guys.
All three judges agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't sure. I just thought
sure.
I would ask.
And we appreciate you hanging on, and I wish there was more I could tell you.
I love your music.
Thank you,
Love
ma'am.
your music and your singing.
Okay.
wonderful.
Very good. Jane, thanks again.
Stay
and
safe.
We'll talk to you later. Yeah. And be careful.
God bless
Okay,
you.
thanks.
You bet.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I hate to say what I said, but we're not attorneys and we don't play one on TV.
No.
So she needs to talk to somebody in law.
Yeah.
Be it police or an attorney. All right, let's get to our friend Sean in Covina. What's going on, Sean?
Evening, Sean.
Well, it's going good, and I want to put greetings to the three amigos of the 2A.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for last week's show. I was a little nervous. I forgot to thank Leon and George for coming on.
I forgot to thank them tonight. I'll do that in a minute. Go ahead.
And also forgot to thank George for proving that the Corsair is the best fighter plane of World War II. I want to thank him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he really believes that or if he did that for my effect. But I'll take it either way.
Just pretend like you believe it, Jeff. That's all that counts.
Works for me.
Yes. Well, Jeff, I have a fun with gun question, but before I want to do a little something. You always tell me we should get off our butts and do something, and I have a little quote, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. Zapata, one of my favorite revolutionaries of the Mexican Revolution, once said, in order for a man to be free, a man must have land, a rifle, and an education. Now, we know the only thing protecting us with firearms is the Second Amendment, and that's been under attack.
Yeah.
And they gutted our educational system here. And the only thing really protecting us with property and home ownership is Proposition 13, and they're attacking that right now. And they're attacking that with a court ruling. And as a person I know, Jeff, you pay too much in property taxes and too much in taxes in general.
You ain't kidding.
Yep.
The Harvard Jarvis organization has a new thing, Protect Proposition 13.com, because there was a court ruling letting cities do special taxes with just a simple majority, banning the 2/3. So your local city could build a statue to a Smurf, and you'd be on the hook with the special taxes.
Yep.
So I'm getting off my butt, and I got some petitions. I went to the Harvard Jarvis one. I believe it's protectproposition13.com. You can get a petition, sign it, and it could put it on the list and get rid of these special taxes.
All right. Sounds like a good idea.
Absolutely.
So that's me getting off my butt and taking your advice. Now, if we have time, I have a fun with gun questions, and of course, the A-Team, the musical. I'm getting Mark to help me out with the lyrics and the songs. He doesn't know it yet, but anyway, my idea is we go back to 1980s. I want you and Mark. We're going to ditch the Mini 14s, and you're going to pick any two rifles from the 1980s you like to replace the Mini 14s, and anything else you would like to carry. And since Jimmy is going to be Mr. T, he's going to carry the M60 belted. So you got
Well,
crisscross bandoliers.
Oddly enough, I'll bet you Mark and I picked the same one.
For fun, I would take a Steyr AUG. I'm sorry, I got to do it.
Okay, well, nothing wrong with that. I own one of those. It's in Arizona, but they're a real cool shooter. I have to go with the FNFAL. Yeah, the
we
FAL
both
is
agree on that.
just a great
We both
firearm.
agree on that.
And the L1A one with the scope on it, that's a very nice gun.
Okay, so that's two rifles, the Steyr AUG and the
FNFAL.
The FAL.
You can have an AK.
And Mark?
I'm on the same page as Jeff, but because the AK was just barely available at that point in time, I'd have to throw one in there. How about you?
Okay, we're going to put you down for the Valmet 76.
I love the Valmet 76. Best thing.
Got one of those in Arizona, too.
Freaking best thing made.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you both gold stars. And as usual, it's fantastic talking to you as usual, and on the web, all you guys look marvelous. Thank you very much.
You're too good,
Thanks, Sean. We'll talk to you soon.
God bless you.
Always fun questions.
Bye-bye.
You're the best.
Okay, Alex in Frisco. Hang on. As soon as we get, this is a short break. As soon as we get back, we're going to get right to you. Anybody else? What's that number?
866-870-5752. Again, that's 866-870-5752.
All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And again, we'll be right back. I was crying over you.
Nice.
Operatic singer in rock and roll. What a interesting
Yeah, boy, no
combo.
kidding.
After February auction, we're done till end of May, by the way.
Oh.
No auction till end of May. And we got a call yesterday.
Wow, it's
A
3-month
gentleman
gap.
in Riverside passed away with 150. So we're hoping to be picking that up pretty soon, and we're going to be
filling up.
Almost done with May.
May's going to be, and that's with a 3-month gap between those two. September
will be the next, yeah.
And that's going to be practically full by pretty much May. Oh my gosh! Get your
Man.
guns in now.
Yeah. Huge.com. Oh, yes, I got a lot of living to do. Whole lot of loving to do. Come on, baby. Making fun it takes two. Oh, yes, I got a lot of living to do. Whole lot of loving to do. What ain't no what I do but that.
Settle down there, Jeff. God damn,
I love this song.
Yeah, I guess.
In the Milky Way tonight. And the way you act, you're never gonna know it's there. Welcome back, everybody. Go ahead.
I can't wait to hear you sing the show-stopping aria from A-Team, the musical.
The musical.
I swear to God, I would pay money to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Off,
as long as it's not
Broadway.
me. All right, let's get to Alex in San Francisco. Alex, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about carrying a handgun, but what you hear on radio, Berna. It's not lethal. You don't need no background check, and they send it to you. I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, it's not lethal.
You know, there's all kinds of stuff going on with this Burnham. Mark, you're more into retail these days. Tell them what's going on.
California will not allow you. The Berna is basically an air-powered. It shoots a pellet which is supposed to disable a potential attacker in a non-lethal fashion.
Yeah.
The problem is it was designed around shooting a pepper ball, which has the capacity to incapacitate a person under reasonable circumstances. Can't get those. You can't get those in California. Can't get the pepper ball pellets. So you're shooting a round, basically hard rubber ball that is supposed to disable a person. Now, so that you know, I've actually tested this thing quite a lot. I took a bunch of shotgun knockdowns and engaged them with the Berna, trying to see how hard they hit. And in most cases, they did not hit hard enough to even make the plate fall down. So I have unambiguous feelings towards it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a good idea outside of California.
Yep.
But California, as usual, sticking their nose into other people's business, has disallowed anything worthwhile in it.
And making sure you're not safe.
And as well, just looking up just California kind of regulations on that, they are not, you're not supposed to carry them publicly and or concealed. So it's highly frowned upon, I guess. So
you can't have one in California, and that's what it boils down to, right?
Basically so, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to deter you from protecting yourself.
Well, what can I say? And I enjoyed your show last week about the airplanes and all that. That was good.
Thank you.
Fun.
Thank you.
How many DC-3s are still left?
That I couldn't tell you. You'd have to ask George. Leon, Leon, the motorman, had been on air in Los Angeles with another station for 44 years, and that came to an end, and we've remained friends because we used to be his opening act at the other station for
and big
years.
fans for years.
Yeah, and so about every 6 weeks we have George and Leon come in, and we'll have them back. We're just in January now. We'll probably have them back in March.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I got, because they're both busy guys, so I got to set a time for the both of them to be able to be here, and they'll be back soon. All righty.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a call from San Francisco that wasn't
trying to bust our chops.
Yeah.
Fun fact: you will be meeting on this coming weekend. You will meet one of the guys that is the last resource for rebuilding DC-3 engines.
Oh.
A guy by the name of Noble who warehouses, collects parts from all over the world.
Wow.
And he rebuilds those old radial engines.
Very cool. Very
cool.
He's
gun guy too.
I like that.
Hey,
I'm gonna get preachy, so let me get my box out real quick.
Stand up.
Okay. And this is political, so guys, if you don't want to hear it, go to the bathroom or something. But this is something that's really under my craw, and it's bugging me because it's affecting everybody. News media and social media have been bombarding us with what? Minnesota,
Yes.
Minnesota. Everything, somebody farts in Minnesota and everybody knows about it now. And I am so sick to death of it. And what is it? It's all anti-right wing. Everything anti this, anti this. You can't, and people, even on the right, because of this bombardment, people on the right are starting to get weak-kneed. And I'm, friends of mine on Facebook that I would never, these guys are far right wing of Rush Limbaugh, and they're like, I don't know if it's like, no, dude, you're being just brainwashed by social and the news media. Stop it. Stop listening to this stuff.
Stop watching the news, please.
You know what? And even Fox News, it's just 24-hour bombardment of BS. And I'm just, guys, vote smart, get out, get it done. Don't be stupid. Stop wavering with this, maybe they shouldn't have done anything in Venezuela. Well, you know what? Yeah, they should have. And maybe you don't know what's going on. Maybe you're being fed pablum instead of the actual what's the long run? Greenland, everybody's up in arms in Greenland. Well, you know what? Maybe we're not trying to take over Greenland. Maybe he has a better plan, but he can't tell you, because then you tell everybody, and then everybody knows, and now we got no negotiating power.
Nope.
So stop it. Relax. Chill out. Get a hoe. Go out in your backyard and dig something up.
Touch some grass, please.
Get off of social media. Get off of your TV. Put the damn phone in your pocket.
Take a walk.
Right?
Come on.
Stop it. Trump, would I go fishing with the man? No, I don't think so. He kind of gets under my skin, and I don't like the way he talks to people.
Nope.
Okay, that aside, he's probably the best president I've ever seen.
Policy, not personality.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't care if he mean tweets or whatever, but guys, you got to get off of this. Okay? You guys want to add to that, or tell me I'm an idiot?
I think I have to just reiterate that everyone thank you for joining us on social media, for watching us and all that, because we're trying to bring you some fun, some levity from this world and all. Yeah. But please, put on some blinders every once in a while to focus on what's truly important. Go with your life. Hey, start reading your Bible, please, and concentrate on the things that truly matter, because these things that are kind of dragging your attention away are dragging your attention away from the things that truly matter. Yeah. Please, just get some focus in your life, and don't start bandwagoning left, right, center post or anything like that. Concentrate on things that matter to you right now, please.
Yeah, and voting being number one.
That is enormous. But please be an informed voter. I would modify this only. If you're going to watch news, first of all, God in heaven, please do not be watching it off social media. Okay, please, please, please. If you're going to read news or watch news, watch it from 3 different sources. Please not all of them be the same, so that you get an informed opinion and different directions, different outlooks. And as far as the Venezuela thing goes, man, I'm champing at the bit on this one. 1823, we enacted a thing called the Monroe Doctrine, which says for the national security of the United States, we don't want other nations fiddling on our side of the globe because national security really, really does matter. And this is the first president in quite a long time.
Yes, it's about 1823.
We're going to be taking this seriously right now. So Russia and China, which is much what that was about.
Yep.
Y'all best get out.
As is Greenland.
Yep.
And even Canada to a point. Anyway, I'll get off. Okay.
Soapbox time.
All right.
We're going to turn it into some firewood and burn it in here for warmth.
It's not that it's cold in here. It's that it's freezing in here.
Yeah,
but
it
anyway.
truly is.
Okay.
So the soapbox is...
yes, soapbox put away until next time.
You were able to give your kind of your last words upon a soapbox before you got hung in Speaker's Corner. And that's why it's one of the reasons it's called Speaker's Corner, and that's why you got on top of your soapbox before they kind of did away with you.
Kick the box out.
Well, that's good to know.
We got a good question online if you got a second.
Go.
Can I change my Glock 26 frame? I know you know the answer to this one. I would like to put an M1X frame from the Glock store. Okay. As you probably know, what part is serial numbered?
The frame.
There are some where you can swap out chassis. Things like I think the Glock 365 is a great example of that. The SIG 365 is an example of that. Sorry, I let my mouth get in front of my brain instead of the brain in front of the mouth. Anyway, but the Glock.
I do it all the time.
The Glock, the frame is serial numbered, so that's going to be a hard no, man. Sorry about that, Robert.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that turns it into California politicians' favorite two words: ghost gun.
Oh my God!
You know, a ghost gun. Let's face it, that's something Casper would be carrying.
Hey man, what kind of? They can turn. They can make all these terms they want. They an assault weapon, a ghost gun. They make it as spooky and as terrifying as possible for no reason but to affect your mind state.
And that's why every time somebody uses a firearm for bad purposes, it's always the firearm's fault. He's a gunman. Mm-hmm. You take the man out of it, he's a man, and it's the gunman.
So if somebody holds somebody up with a buck knife, are they a knifeman? And if somebody whacks somebody on the noggin with a bat, are they a
Batman?
Batman!
No.
How did you say that?
I will never, ever forget a kid. I think this was in San Diego, and this has got to be 15, 20 years ago. A young boy, 9, 10 years old, got a .22 rifle and went to his school and shot. And they actually said, the 9-year-old gunman, and I'm like, oh, come on. The 9-year-old.
9-year-old gunman.
Yeah, not gun boy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Gunlid.
Again, media.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to frame everything in their perspective. And you folks, this is one of the things that we were just talking about is that focus, because the framing may be...
don't let them frame the narrative.
Nope. All right, we're going to get to our bottom of the hour break. Sean in Los Angeles, you're up as soon as we get back. Mm-hmm. We've got another call coming in. Guys, we got lines open. Last week we had lines tied up all night. What's going on? You guys making us feel bad.
Run them on down, folks.
Give us a call. Go.
866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752.
You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
That was us doing radio voices. All right.
I'll bet you know this one too.
Oh yeah, Kiwi. In fact, that little lick is an E chord, if I recall. Your deepest secret fear. I'm a spy. Look, phones are kind of quiet tonight. We got a couple on here.
There is a correlation between sporting events.
Yeah.
And
sporting events and holidays are always kind of quiet. quiet phones. So we're probably going to be having to put up with that for the next couple of weeks until the stupid bowl's over. Yes, I said stupid bowl. I hate football. Absolutely, I hate football. Yeah, screwed up my life when I was a kid playing off my back.
Still?
Yeah. I got that in junior Pee Wee Jaff when I was 12 years old. I got my back jacked up, and I'm 65, and I'm still dealing with it.
I got hit by I was a wide receiver in high school, and I got hit from behind by a very fast young man from LA High at that point in time. Put a shoulder pad into my kidney, and I swear to God, my children were born out of breath. Knocked the wind out of me, and I laid there for a minute, wishing I was dying.
I
because
remember
this
the
hurt so
feeling
bad.
well.
You know, if you've had that feeling, you know it.
I was a wide receiver also.
Good hands?
Yeah. Yep, I could catch anything thrown in my direction.
My dad said I was too small to play football, so I wrestled instead.
Do you know Greg Warren, the comedian?
Yeah.
I was going to say, so you know his whole thing on wrestling?
Yeah.
And the farmer?
Maybe.
Look up Greg Warren and the farmer. If you don't die laughing, I swear to God, it is a funny, funny bit. Reminded me of the story about Badlands Bud and the Cobra brothers, Cobra Cat, the Cat brothers rather. Bud, you're a big boy and all, but them city muscles, these are country muscles.
Little Jethro Bodine action.
There you go.
On there.
A great line from 1313. I love Trump, but I don't particularly like him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good sentence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is changing the world.
He is. And if he could just grow that much humility, it would go a long, long way, especially for people on our side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these
Make
people,
it
they're
more
just
palatable.
lost. They're just never coming back. But, and the way he talks to people in speeches, it's a wonderful thing, it's a great thing, it's great, it's wonderful.
Beautiful.
It's like, dude, you made your point. We're not that stupid, I mean, granted, a lot of us are, but,
It's got to be a balance between class and strength.
Yeah.
And
That's a good line.
And I think that hopefully whoever we get to be his next, it would show that kind of balance.
Well, I'm liking J.D. Vance. And I'll kiss you tomorrow, I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day. And I'll send all my loving to you. Welcome back to Gunslingers. Right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And as promised, let's get to Sean in Los Angeles. Sean, what can we do for you, sir?
Evening, Sean.
Hey, evening, guys. I really enjoyed last week's radio show.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah. I just wanted to help out the young lady that called earlier, Jane, I think her name was.
Yeah.
They are.
I've been a law enforcement officer for quite some time with two different agencies. I've been retired about 6 years. And now, when she told me, I listened very carefully to her synopsis situation. And we used to call that back in the day, I don't know if they still do, back in the mid-'80s, the early 90s, a simple kiss-off. The officer that came out and didn't want to do anything about it, so he kissed it off, which means he just wrote it off. I don't think it was even a log entry, or it might have been an event entry. But I think whoever handled that call just didn't want to be bothered.
I've been a recipient of a kiss-off, actually, so I know. We had a couple of tweaker kids walking down our street, and the wife gets up early. It was summer, so she opened the front door to let some cool air in before it got warm, and two young teenagers ran right into my house, grabbed as much stuff as they could, and ran out. They were both females. She screams. I get up. I run out the front door in my skivvies. What's going on? And she's pointing. She goes, those kids stole your keys. My house keys, not my car keys. I jump into my truck. I get down there, two teenage girls, and I'm in my skivvies. Nope. I'm going back home.
How could this possibly go south?
Yeah, so we went back. We called PD. About an hour and a half later, they showed up, and the guy practically laughed in my face. Said, "Oh, yeah, I'll go looking for them."
Wink.
So yes, I know what a kiss off is, and I got one. Anyway, go ahead, Sean.
Off. And so it's really sad that she got treated that way, because now she's got a bad opinion of law enforcement, and she's really gonna. I don't think she's ever gonna find out where that gun was registered to. But had the officer just took a half an interest in finding out, they could have found that information and talked to the suspect or the possible suspect.
Maybe
and it was
so.
actually a 417, which is Brennistein, and
that's what it sounded like to me. Yeah. Right.
It definitely fit that criteria, but
couldn't
sounds
be
like
bothered.
whoever it was didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah. All right.
So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sean.
All right.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Take care now.
Thanks for your service.
You too. Okay, let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. How's it going, Mark?
Hey, good evening, Patriots.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I have a couple of products I was interested in. I also have a comment for each one of you. I have to say, for Jimmy, I watched that recommended Postman movie that we were talking about last week. Oh God, it was horrible.
The Postman. Yeah, Kevin Costner is funny.
It's been out 20 years. I don't think they got their money back yet. No, honestly.
It was worse than a root canal, okay?
Wow.
And Jeff, I'd like you to consider the music of Louisiana blue-eyed soul singer Mark Brochard. I don't know if you're familiar with his work.
I am not.
Check it out. It's Mark, M-A-R-C, and it's B-O-R-U-S-S-A-R-D, and my favorite song of his is his remake of Love and Happiness.
Yep.
And for Mark, I went by your favorite intersection in L.A. the other day, the intersection of Obama and Martin King Boulevards.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up a flower shop there.
But he even gets his own street. Oh, my God. Obama is too much. I thought you guys might be interested in, because you guys like a 22 long rifle. And have you heard of the D-E-R-Y-A, the Daria?
The Daria 22, yeah.
Yeah, it's the TM22. It has all the rails on it and everything.
It's an AR in 20.
Semi-auto, basically, kind of an AR-like design.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the AR type features, kind of appeals to that crowd. And also, I was looking at the. It doesn't seem to print too much. Are the Houdini holsters? Have you heard about them?
I'm not familiar with Houdini holsters. Something we could look up.
Okay. Yeah, you might want to check it out later.
Clever name if you're trying to create a CCW holster.
Oh, very interesting.
It looked really snug and everything. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to you guys, and glad you made it through another week.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, brother.
We'll talk to you later.
Always good to hear from you.
Hey, y'all. Cheers.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's jump over to our friend Jake in Auburn, Washington. Jake, what's going on?
Hey, evening, Jake.
How you doing, fellas?
Good.
Good, brother.
Hey, I thought I heard Mark was interested in an over-under.
I am.
Okay, my buddy bought the new Century 825.
Uh-huh.
It's nice. It feels so good. The palm swell, I guess you call it. It fit right in my hand. It's nice. You might want to look at one of those.
A new Satori. All right.
So, question is do you have one yet?
No, I'm retired. Mama slapped me around. I buy a $4,300 gun.
Oh. Well, I understand that. Okay.
That's know the story. I can't believe you spent $300 on a new shotgun. Yes, dear. Yes, I did. And the trick is to hope. Yeah, you got me.
You got me. I tell people this all the time. Here's what you do. You buy something, you wait till nobody's home, then you smuggle it in and put it in the safe. And then when you take it out and somebody says, "Hey, is that me?" No, it's been in the
This
safe
old
forever.
thing.
You don't remember?
It's a legal way around.
Dear, it still has the wrapper on it.
What's that hang tag thing? What? I just like to keep it original looking.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of shoots coming up here in the north. You guys ought to think about coming up to.
Oh.
You know, that would be fun. I've been up to the regional up in Oregon, and we had a really, really great time there.
Don't mention regionals.
The Northwest Regional will be in Idaho.
Yes.
It's been their last couple of years. Be there again this year.
Honest, that's only 1,000 miles each way. How do you? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Right around the corner.
And they just made it into a 3-day shoot instead of a 2. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Cool.
And who's the ramrod behind that? Isn't it Damascus John?
Yeah, Damascus John, and
he's a real good cat. We've actually had him on the show.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, him and his wife, they're good people.
Yeah, no question about that.
Yeah,
the distance is
and
a
then
problem.
Our state championship is in April, end of April, up in Benton City. And Crisco and Ricochet Robbie put that one on. They're ramrod on that.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
It'd be fun to get up there.
Yeah. I have family up in Seattle, and my sister's living somewhere in Oregon. I have to look her up on Facebook. We don't talk a lot.
Well, there's a stop for a meal and a shower.
Yeah, something. Anyway, all right, Jake. As always, thanks. And
right.
I vote you go get one.
We won't tell.
If one comes in used, I'll call you. All right.
I appreciate the recommendation.
I might have to move in with you though if I didn't.
just bring a dog and a piano. We're good. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, looking into those Houdini holsters, they actually they do look pretty fine. So just in case,
slick.
the no print even underneath the T-shirt and all. Is
That's a fair
really
question.
Nice.
What do you use?
Is it? You know what? I've had a Phobos forever. It's a Phobos paddle. They're inexpensive, and I like them because I'm rough on stuff, and because I'm constantly moving and doing things, and you bend, and a lot of things break, and so on and so forth. But Phobos
holding up.
Yeah, and again, $25, hard to beat.
Yeah, it says all day comfort wear without pinch.
Is it in pant? Or,
in pant.
See, I don't like in pant holsters.
Yeah, I'm seeing what other designs they have. They do have a 2.0, but I guess these are mostly for concealed.
Yeah,
but
it's really the best way to conceal it. It's just I just don't like.
Well, if you put it between the pant and the shorts, or are you going commando? I mean,
no, that's where it would be. I just, my biggest problem is, like I said, I'm
moving and grooving.
Yeah, picking up stuff and moving and doing this and that.
And Kydex can get abrasive.
Yeah, and even leather can rub you the wrong way.
Yeah.
See where I went with that?
Just in case. They do look like a really good design and stuff. So just in case anyone's looking for it, try it out. Tell us how it fits, how you feel, and how you like it.
We should talk to them at the SHOT Show and get them to sponsor us.
Hey, now.
Really quick, Robert in the Valley. Robert, what's going on?
Evening, Robert.
Hey, guy. Hey, my three amigos or my three stooges? I don't know.
Yeah, little column A, little column B.
I don't know.
Wise guy.
Anyways, Jeff, your soapbox, I agree with you 100%.
Thank you.
I was like, absolutely. And then the guy who says, my wife will get me mad if I buy a new gun. Well, no, as you do at your auctions, you buy your wife something pretty.
That's right.
That's all you have to do. You go, here, I got this. You just dangle a shiny something in front.
Dangle the keys in front of the face.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward. I'm going to be flying up to Vegas next week.
Can't wait to see you, brother.
Cool.
Yeah,
well, this week, not next week.
But the West, whatever. I hope I booked a hotel there. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Westgate. We'll all be there.
Yeah,
we'll be there. Do they have a good steakhouse there?
Where did we go?
There's a bunch in Vegas.
We went to the Golden Spur, which was where Frank and Dino and the whole Rat Pack used to go, and it was an adventure.
A lot of things we do there are becoming an adventure.
Literally, there's one, and I mean, I don't like the hotel, and it's at Circus. You know, who wants to run in that, thing? And what it is, they actually have a whole room that you could actually use dollar coins, old school. And I walked in, they're like, "Oh, we don't have a reservation." Then I slapped the guy, $50, and he goes, "No problem, Mr. Cruz. You'll have your table ready."
Yeah.
So I go there, and also another good steakhouse there it's called the Smoke Room at the.
Oh, that's a good place.
No, I can't. Palace Station.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad used to
we got to go to the Hawaiian place that we went to.
Oh, yeah.
If it's still there.
Yeah, hopefully. It's in that little strip mall right there.
Yeah. Little Fredo found this itty-bitty little Hawaiian. It was very, I grew up with a Hawaiian family, so I'm pretty attuned to Hawaiian food, and this place was really good.
They hit the spot.
I think I've been there.
It's an itty-bitty little place.
A hole in the wall.
Yeah, but it was really good. And that steak cost me, it was $99, and I'm not kidding you. I was really disappointed. Ooh. A ribeye steak, it's hit and miss anyway because of the way they're cut, and sometimes you get one with instead of the nice fat, you get a little bit too much gristle in it, and
that's a disappointment.
Yeah, and for $99, I was like, "Oof, maron!"
That $8 Hawaiian barbecue that we had really made up for it.
Yeah, because then you got tip on top of everything else. Yeah. Anyway, Robert, as always.
No, you guys are awesome. No one disturbs me in my den when between 7 and 9.
Thank you, sir.
Do not tell me to do anything because this is what I do.
Appreciate it, brother. Can't wait to see you out in Vegas.
We'll see you out at the West.
I'm looking forward to it. See you on Friday.
Okay, right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we got one segment left. Give us a call.
866-870-5752. Again, call in right now before we go. 866-870-5752.
And we'll be back right after this. Oh, give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I want to be lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Cool tune.
Every time I see Mark's name on YouTube, I'm like, who's Macro Man? I was like, big man. What were you going to say?
Oh, just the commercial said, I don't remember where it was, what he was saying, what I was saying. It always amazes me after 28 years how many of our sellers are repeats. Yeah. I always get a kick, a lot of times people bring in, you've been there, a large collection and they don't want to, well, just do a few. Let me see how it goes. We always get them.
All the time.
What I got. I don't know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put me down. But I got the fastest set of whiz in town. If something come up with me, he don't even try. 'Cause if you had a set of wings, man, I know she would fly. She's my little deuce scoop. You don't know what I got. Welcome back, everybody.
Finish strong.
Gunslingers in our last segment of the evening.
Of our second power.
We blew right through that, didn't we?
We did.
Really quick before we get to Brent in LA, again, I want to thank Leon and George for coming in last week. Always so much fun to have them in, and it just makes my whole week knowing that they're
it's
coming.
our favorite shows to have. With those guys in here, it smiles for hours.
And we hit an all-time record for phone calls in one show, 47.
47.
In a 2-hour show.
Did we have time to talk?
2 hours on a Sunday night, and we got 47 phone calls last week. Okay, let's get to our friend Brent in L.A. How are you, Brent?
Shalom and Caris.
Shalom, you MAGA marvelous gunslingers.
Hey, Brent.
What's happening, Brent?
Well, last week, I hope I didn't trigger fabulous flyboy George when I misgendered him as an Air Force pilot. Not a kick-butt MAGA Army aviator.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
That was pretty funny.
And also, I fear I may be starting to come down with Trump deification syndrome. If our kind, cool, and courageous King Trump is able to successfully liberate millions and millions of men, women, and children in Venezuela, Cuba, Iran, Minneapolis, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles from their Muslim Marxist slave masters, he just might be on the way to becoming our MAGA Messiah.
Right.
He's definitely changing the world. He's
Make room
changing
on
the
Rushmore.
global landscape.
Got to make room on Rushmore, right?
Yeah, I want to be triggering the left with, he's not just our king, I think he's the Messiah.
So, fan are you?
You know, and also, I think let's make Crusader colonialism great again.
Hey.
Because I want to make Constantinople Christian again.
Amen.
And I want to take back North Africa and the Middle East and turn it back give it back to the Christians from which the Muslims stole and pillaged and plundered it.
Hey, the reason for the Crusades, win all that back and stop them from kind of spreading even more so. So, yes, amen.
Yeah, I mean, they've made such a mess of the world. We've got to finally return them to Saudi Arabia. That's the only place any Muslim on the planet should be living.
Yeah, just in these modern times, just look at the UK right now. They just dropped their cousin marriage legislation so they can allow that because it sinks in with their new
locals happy.
That's a lost country, and we cannot head that way.
Derived so many wonderful things from it, but you know what? There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to all stories, and it looks like they have chosen to be at the end.
Yeah. Well, we're letting Ilham Omar slip on the incest thing.
Yeah.
I think it's about time we prosecute her on that.
Well, amongst many other things.
Yeah, she's got a shopping list.
Yeah. All right, Brent, as always, thanks. And we'll talk to you soon.
God bless you, Brent.
Bye-bye. All right, let's jump over to Edward in Riverside. What's going on, Ed?
Hey, Ed.
Hey, well, you guys got preempted on this end in the KTIE by a football game tonight, and they were doing post-game shows, so I missed even, I don't know how much, like the last 30 minutes, 25 minutes is all I've gotten. So anyhow,
We appreciate you
hope
taking this game
everything
with
is
us.
going well with you all. Are you up to 5 miles, Jeff?
I did 4.2 today.
there.
Yeah, I did 4.2 today, but I did most of that at the Pomona anti-car swap meet. So.
It still counts.
Yeah. And
steps is
and
steps.
boy, was it crowded. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, there was more people there. I'm sure it was because of beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
But man, it took us about 20, 25 minutes just to get into the parking lot.
Wow.
Because the line was so long to get in. And lots of cool cars out there. A little too much weed for my taste because, holy cow, you walk through some sections of that, especially the VW section.
The fog.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, you get a contact high just walking through that place.
Mm.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, kudos to what Brent in L.A. said. Although I think it would be easy, it's probably been easier to liberate Venezuela, and it will be easier to do Cuba and Iran than it will be Chicago and Los Angeles.
Ouch.
And
Might be right.
Yeah, Minnesota needs to be surrounded and just.
Oh, my. But my question is comparing 45 Long Colt to and the variants thereof. You've got the 45 Cowboy and several other things, and then 44 Special and 44 Mag. Which would you think is the more versatile caliber?
Well,
which one?
What would your plan to?
Are you going bear hunting, or do you want to just plink for fun?
Well, plinking for fun, but something that I want to be prepared for bears when I'm in their country. That's for certain.
Well, then you definitely want to go with a 44 and shoot specials out of it, unless you need the power in a 44 mag.
Yeah.
45 Colt is a great round. It's what I shoot when I'm playing cowboy action. the thing is because 45 Colt has been around so long, factories that make this ammo, they make it for the guns.
100-year-old guns.
Yeah, because they don't want to put out a hot 45 Colt and then have it blow up an 1873 single action Army made in 1873
worth $25,000.
Yeah, so they have to load those things for black powder type specs. So you can get them, but they're going to be specially marked. But
yeah, you can find it, but you got to go looking.
Yeah, and believe it or not, a 45 Colt, you can load that just about to the specs of a 44 mag because the cases are, you hold two of them up and it's going to be. You have to have a pretty good eye to tell the difference.
Yeah. Well, years ago, I read an article to that effect where they were hand loading the 44 mag and the 45 Colt and seeing if they could approach 44 mag performance with the 45 Colt, and they were getting pretty close, but I think the cases were not as strong.
Yeah, they're
generally
the mag's going to be a little bit thicker on the brass. So
okay, so and you think a 44 special would be good for bear?
No, 44 Magnum. Yeah.
Oh,
special to
I
Plink.
thought you said 44 special, but I was a little bit surprised when and I probably misheard you. But
well, it's okay. It happens to me on the internet all the time. Believe me. No, 44 mag. If you got a four-legged critter coming at you, 44 special. If you got a two-legged critter coming at you,
that's a real simple breakdown.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okie doke.
Well, thank you. Have a good week. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Same to you. And we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Be safe, brother.
Okay, well, I think we're done with the phones. Go to gunslingerauctions.com, just like this silly commercial. Gunslingerauctions.com. And check out the catalog, guys. It's there. Every firearm is up. There are pictures, descriptions. We got some killer stuff.
Come on. You guys have been hearing us talk about it, what things are going to be in this one.
I think
we got a minute. 3 favorites.
Yeah.
3 favorites.
Oh, well, absolutely. The single action Army, the Mexican Railroad. It is super cool. One of the John Wayne, both of the John Wayne commemorative single actions that belonged to his daughter, but one of them in particular, the blue one, is just unbelievable. I want that gun so bad, but I know I'm not going to be able to afford it. And then let's see, a third one, probably the Duke and the John Wayne standard commemoratives. The Duke is very difficult on its own to find, but this is both of them in a box, numbered to each other, and just
that is very cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I tried to buy a Duke about 20 years ago. It might even have been longer than that. It might have been like 25 years ago, and it was $5,000 then. Yeah, they're scarce. They didn't make very many of them. And they're really cool.
And you got a real special one. So
So very cool stuff. But just go through. I think just in Colts alone, we have like 75 different.
Wow.
From woodsmans to single action armies to 1911s. Man, we got a ton of them.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, if you're going to be at the SHOT Show, please stay a day or so and say hi to us at the Antique Firearms Show.
Yeah, come on by on Friday or Saturday and say, hey, there'll be a big old poster saying Gunslinger Radio Show, yada, yada, yada. We'll be there. Come say hey. I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for calling in. Don't forget gunslingerauctions.com.
And?
Oh, God. Don't forget to smile. Just a little curve sets a lot of things straight. See, I let Leon do it. Now I forget to. Good night, everybody.
God bless you. I love you.